SideChoices.com, Article 1, September 2015. Psychology and stress. Here we have two charts, one on the bottom showing you how your body is affected while you are dealing with stress. This is what your stress hormones, this is that cortisol in your body, this is how it is released, this is how it affects your body. The top picture shows how your body reacts to stress over a period of time. Now, you're not going to feel it all of a sudden and go, okay, I have stress, okay, I'm going to get a cold. No, but over a longer period of time, dealing with stress can cause you to lower your immune system, which you are now susceptible to colds and flu, cancer, depression, heart disease, stomach ulcers, eczema. Those that have asthma, that might make you have more asthmatic attacks, as well as eventually long-term stress, long-term extreme stress. You will feel post-traumatic stress disorder. So stress is very important to make sure that you are aware of how you feel and take care of yourself. Stress. Now, we have to ask something about ourselves because stress is something that is necessary. It is always, we will always be stressed about something. And, some of us deal with it in better ways than other people. So, were your parents anxious or neurotic? Do most children have problems with dealing with stress? Do children learn their habits from their parents? And are children sponges? Yes, children are sponges. They learn their habits from their parents. Of course, this is something that they do when they are younger. As they get older, their peers become more of their influence. And yes, a lot of children do have problems with dealing with stress because their parents have not learned appropriately the ways to deal with stress. And of course, children react in those same sort of manners. They sort of mimic us, like that monkey see, monkey do. Now, some people can deal with a lot of stress, and that's what is called hardiness. And they could deal with high amounts of stress, where other people they feel stressed and they're like, "Oh my God!" And of course, we have to teach our children how to deal with stress. It's one of those most important things. We want children to be happy and healthy as they grow older. So it is important to teach them how to deal with stress at a young age. It helps them as they grow older. Here is a link to an article where there are some tips on how to deal with stress. Now, the first few really have to deal with breathing, and once we learn how to breathe and control ourselves, we actually learn to calm ourselves down. And that's sort of what relaxation, that's sort of what meditation does for us as well. We focus on our breathing, we focus on relaxing. Those that have a hard time doing it might be better off taking yoga or exercising. It's the same way of dealing with stress. You've got to figure out what works for you. Some people meditate, some people do yoga, some people exercise. But you got to work and figure out what works for you. You need to start making time for yourself, making time to relax as well. Find a hobby that you enjoy. Learn to monitor your stress, because if we learn to monitor what frustrates you, then you can actually make a step-by-step plan and figure out what is going on and how you can actually stay away from a lot of stressful situations. Now, we're always going to have hassles, we're always going to have day-to-day problems. It's just a matter of how you handle them. So learn to relax, learn to cope with stress. It is so much better. And if you can monitor yourself, which is also called a biofeedback system, if you monitor your stress, you can tell what stresses you out and what doesn't, and we can slowly eliminate stress. Another way of avoiding stress or dealing with stress, most people turn to caffeine. Oh, I need my coffee, or I need a drink, or a cigarette, or some people even turn to food as a means for coping with that stress. So the thing is when you wake up, you still have those same problems. So it's just easier to work through what stresses you out instead of using coping mechanisms. Make sure you also get another right amount of sleep. Most people need anywhere from 6 to 9 hours. Now, if you get 5 or 6 in one day and you wake up and you're like, oh, I feel refreshed, well, you've gotten the amount of sleep that you needed. But if you wake up and you still feel you're tired, you don't have enough energy, you have to figure out why. Did you sleep too much? What was going on that you didn't get that right amount of sleep? Part of dealing with stress is being happy and learning how to laugh sometimes and having a close relationship, family and friends. That is something that can actually help you from dealing with stress. Whenever we are stressed, we want to reach out to others. So we want that stress to get out. So these are some tips. Enjoy the article. Do you want less stress? The work and motivation is up to you. You have to figure out what does affect you, what stresses you out, and you have to work to alleviate those stresses. So those tips that we just learned about how to deal with stress, they are proven, they're there for your reference. Print, hang it up on the wall, hang it in your office. Maybe somebody might be stressed at work and you want to help them out. So most of us are stressed at different levels. We all have moderate amount of stress, a medium amount of stress, high levels of stress. Well, one of these tips may work, some may not work for you, but for some people, they all work. So it is worth trying. Well, this topic is not really complete. There is more information to learn about how stress affects your body. We're only scratching the very top, the very surface. I'm only giving you the basics. So, this is something we're going to talk about next is how foods can affect your body when you are dealing with stressful situations. So, by eating certain foods, you can help to alleviate the way your body stores and releases its fat during those stressful situations. So it's just a matter of learning how to take care of your body during stress. We're always going to have stress, just like we said before. So we have to learn how to deal with it. These are some of the foods that help alleviate stress. Go ahead and click on the link. You will go ahead and read the article, and next to each one of these foods, there's a little write-up on how it does affect your body. So enjoy the article. Here is a 15-minute video by Kelly McGonigal on how to make stress your friend. Enjoy the video. So this is the first article and video, so stress and psychology, I have published online and made a video for. I am still working on other video formats. This article is published on SciChoices.com and the video is uploaded on YouTube. So please share and like on Facebook. And leave me any comments on those pages. You can email me at scichoices@gmail.com.